In this video, we will talk about how to build a full-stack web application, so make sure to watch the full video. Building a full-stack web application involves managing both the front-end and back-end to create a seamless user experience. This guide covers key steps, including selecting the right tech stack, setting up the back-end with Node.js, creating a RESTful API, designing the front-end, integrating databases, securing authentication, and deploying your application for real-world use. 1. Introduction to full-stack web development. Full-stack web development refers to the process of developing both the front-end and back-end of a web application. The term full-stack implies that the developer is responsible for both the client side, what the user sees, and the server side, what the application does behind the scenes. A full-stack developer has proficiency in a wide range of technologies, frameworks, and tools, including HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and back-end languages like Node.js or Python, along with databases such as MongoDB or MySQL. In this section, we will introduce the core concepts of full-stack development, explaining the benefits of mastering both sides of the development spectrum. 2. Choosing the right tech stack for your project. The success of a full-stack web application depends heavily on the choice of technology stack. The tech stack is the set of programming languages, libraries, frameworks, and tools used to develop the application. For the front end, popular choices include HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, with frameworks like React, Angular, or Vue.js. For the back end, Node.js paired with Express is a common choice, while other frameworks like Django, Python, or Ruby on Rails, Ruby, are also powerful options. In addition, databases like MongoDB, MySQL, or PostgreSQL are crucial for storing data, and deployment tools like Docker, Kubernetes, and cloud services such as AWS or Heroku are often required for hosting. 3. Setting up the backend. Node.js and Express. Setting up a robust backend is essential for managing business logic, server-side processing, and database interactions. In this section, you'll learn how to set up the backend using Node.js, a JavaScript runtime environment known for its non-blocking, event-driven architecture. Node.js is an excellent choice for real-time applications because it can handle multiple requests concurrently. We'll introduce Express, a lightweight web framework for Node.js that simplifies creating APIs and handling HTTP requests. The setup process includes initializing a new Node.js project, installing necessary dependencies, and configuring the server. 4. Creating a RESTful API for data handling. A RESTful API, representational state transfer, is a set of rules for building scalable and efficient APIs, allowing the front-end and back-end to communicate seamlessly. In this section, you'll learn how to build a RESTful API using Express. We will cover key concepts such as routing, where HTTP methods, GET, POST, PUT, DELETE, are used to perform various operations on data. You'll learn how to design endpoints for handling different data entities, such as users, products, or posts, and how to manage request parameters. The API will be the intermediary that allows the front-end to send data to the server, for example, when a user submits a form, and retrieve data from the server, for example, displaying user profiles. 5. Designing the front-end with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The front-end of your web application is where users interact with your system, making it essential to create a responsive, intuitive, and user-friendly design. In this section, we'll cover the fundamentals of front-end development, starting with HTML for structuring content, CSS for styling, and JavaScript for adding interactivity. You'll learn how to create a responsive layout that adapts to different screen sizes using CSS frameworks like Bootstrap or Flexbox. We'll also dive into more advanced topics, such as implementing CSS animations, handling events with JavaScript, and creating dynamic user interfaces. 6. Integrating front-end frameworks. React or Angular. Front-end frameworks like React and Angular are essential tools for building modern web applications with dynamic, interactive user interfaces. React, developed by Facebook, is a JavaScript library focused on building reusable UI components and efficiently managing the state of an application. Angular, maintained by Google, is a full-fledged framework that offers more out-of-the-box features like two-way data binding and dependency injection. This section will teach you how to choose between React and Angular based on your project requirements. For React, we'll cover component-based architecture, JSX, JavaScript XML, hooks for state management, and how to integrate with back-end APIs. 7. Connecting front-end and back-end using Axios or Fetch to enable communication between the front-end and back-end. We need to make HTTP requests to retrieve or send data. Axios and Fetch are two popular methods for making API requests in JavaScript. Axios is a promise-based HTTP client known for its ease of use and better error handling, while Fetch is a built-in JavaScript function that performs network requests. In this section, you'll learn how to use both Axios and Fetch to perform common tasks, such as sending form data to the server, retrieving data from APIs, and handling errors gracefully. We'll also discuss how to implement loading indicators while waiting for data, and how to manage API authentication, for example, passing JSON web tokens in request headers. This section is key to making your web application dynamic, allowing the front end to interact with back-end data in real time. 8. Storing data with MongoDB, or MySQL/SQL. A full-stack web application needs a robust database to store and manage data efficiently. MongoDB, a NoSQL database, is often paired with Node.js because of its flexibility, scalability, and JSON-like document structure. Alternatively, relational databases like MySQL or PostgreSQL are widely used in applications where data integrity and relationships between data entities are important. In this section, you'll learn how to set up a MongoDB database, connect it to your Node.js backend using Mongoose, an object data modeling library, and perform CRUD operations, create, read, update, delete, on data. If you choose to use a relational database, we'll guide you through setting up MySQL or PostgreSQL, using an ORM, object relational mapping tool like SQLize to manage database models, relationships, and queries. We will also discuss how to optimize database performance, handle migrations, and ensure data security. 9. Authentication and authorization in your web app. Security is a vital aspect of any web application, especially when handling sensitive user data. Authentication refers to verifying the identity of users, for example, logging in, while authorization refers to granting the appropriate permissions to access certain parts of the application. In this section, you'll learn how to implement authentication using JSON Web Tokens JWT, or OAuth 2.0, securing your API endpoints and ensuring that only authenticated users can access certain resources. We will also cover how to set up role-based access control, RBAC, where different user roles, for example, admin, user, have different levels of access. Password encryption, token expiration, and session management will be discussed, as well as best practices for preventing security threats such as cross-site scripting, XSS, and SQL injection. 10. Deploying the full-stack web application on Heroku or AWS. Once your full-stack web application is complete, the next step is to deploy it so users can access it online. In this section, you'll learn how to deploy your web application on popular hosting platforms like Heroku or AWS, Amazon Web Services. We'll cover the process of configuring your application for production, setting up environment variables, and optimizing performance by using tools like Docker to containerize your app. If you choose Heroku, we'll guide you through deploying both the front-end and back-end, configuring a MongoDB add-on, or using a cloud database like MongoDB Atlas, and managing logs. For AWS, we'll walk you through deploying your app using EC2 instances or Elastic Beanstalk, setting up security groups, and using Amazon RDS for your database. We'll also discuss how to monitor your app's performance, manage updates, and ensure scalability as your user base grows. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel.